Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're diving into a total everyday mystery. It's something almost all of us do, but honestly, we rarely stop to understand it. We're going to unpack the anatomy of indecision, really peeling back the layers on why we just freeze up when it comes to buying the things we actually want. It's wild because it completely drains our energy and hijacks our focus, but it actually reveals a ton about how our brains process desire, anticipation, and fear. So picture this scenario for a second. Have you ever just stood there, maybe right in the middle of a store aisle or staring at your glowing phone screen at 2 in the morning, looking at something you really, really want to buy? I mean, you're holding it, you're looking at it, and you know you want it. You can literally feel that magnetic pull. You are right there on the edge of a decision, feeling that rush of anticipation. But instead of moving forward, you just freeze. And this isn't just a quick moment of hesitation. Oh no, it's an agonizing timeline. It starts at 0 hours, right? Just you staring at the item. But then it morphs into 5 hours of background processing while you're supposedly working. You keep finding your thoughts drifting right back to that checkout screen. Fast forward 2 whole days later, and that potential purchase is still living absolutely rent-free in your mind. It is the pure agony of indecision, taking up your mental space and draining your brain power long after you walked away. Then comes the endless loop. We all know the drill here. Step 1, open the app. Step 2, close it, doubt yourself for a second, and open it right back up. Step 3, check the price again, as if it magically dropped in the last 4 seconds. Step 4, meticulously scour the reviews looking for that one perfect rating to validate you, or, that one terrible warning to just make the decision for you. Open, close, check, read. It's an exhausting cycle where we basically outsource our gut feelings to a screen, just hoping the digital void makes the call for us. And then, after all of that time, all that mental energy, and the frantic scrolling, you still don't buy it. The digital shopping cart just sits there, completely abandoned. I mean, it is an incredibly anticlimactic end to such a frantic burst of activity. You've done all the research, you've totally hyped yourself up, you've weighed every invisible variable possible, and then you just walk away. The desire hasn't gone anywhere, but the action completely stalled out. Now let's take a breath here and look at how we actually justify this behavior to ourselves. Most people think, hey, that's just being smart with money. We naturally want to pat ourselves on the back, right? We tell ourselves we're exercising this incredible restraint, practicing high-level financial discipline, and being the ultimate frugal shopper. We basically wrap our paralysis up in this noble disguise of fiscal responsibility. It's a super comforting societal norm we lean on to explain away that exhausting loop we just put ourselves through. So we use frugality as a really convenient mask. On the surface, the assumption is, I'm just being smart with my money. But beneath that, the reality is completely different. The gears in our heads are grinding not over dollars and cents, but over something way more complex. We are actually battling the fear of regret, decision fatigue, and the heavy psychological weight of committing to an outcome. It's not a budget strategy, it's a full-on internal mental tug-of-war. Which brings us to the ultimate question. What if I told you it's actually something deeper? What if that abandoned cart isn't this shining symbol of financial discipline at all, but a window into a massive psychological mystery? What if our hesitation actually says way more about our hidden anxieties than our bank accounts? Definitely something to think about the next time you find yourself stuck in that endless loop.
Welcome. So today we're unpacking a ridiculously relatable, almost universal consumer experience. Seriously, if you've ever found yourself just completely paralyzed at a digital checkout screen, or maybe just staring blankly at a product on a shelf, well, you are definitely in the right place. In this explainer, we're breaking down the anatomy of indecision, looking at the exact mechanics of why we just freeze when it's time to actually buy something.
Section 1. The shopping stare-down. Okay, let's dive into this, because we really need to look at consumer gridlock.
Think about that truly agonizing process of overthinking a purchase. Like, have you ever just stood there staring at an item you kind of want to buy, and you think about it for hours? Or honestly, maybe even days. You've got, 20 browser tabs open, and you are totally paralyzed. You know you want it, right? But you're trapped in this profound state of hesitation. You're analyzing, you're weighing all your options, but mostly, you're just staring. It's this wild moment of total consumer gridlock.
Which brings us to Section 2, the app cycle. This is where it becomes a real behavioral loop.
Because you see, that mental paralysis quickly turns into a very observable and honestly very exhausting physical loop that usually goes like this. Step 1, you open the app.
Step 2, you check the price, even though you literally already know exactly what it costs. Step 3, you read the reviews again, just desperately searching for that one comment that's going to either push you over the edge or talk you out of it completely. Step 4, you close the app without buying. And step 5, you just repeat the whole shebang. You open it, close it, check the price, read the reviews, and you still don't buy it. It's an endless, agonizing carousel of hesitation, just leaving this absolute graveyard of abandoned digital shopping carts in its wake.
Section 3. The money myth. This is our comforting excuse.
So why do we actually put ourselves through this? Well, we need a way to feel okay about all this wasted time and mental energy, right? Most people think that's being smart with money. We tell ourselves that this is just financial prudence, and it feels responsible, doesn't it? You're not impulse buying, you are being careful. You tell yourself that this agonizing delay is just you being a mature consumer who is strictly sticking to a budget. It creates a really comforting, yet totally false, sense of security about our own behavior.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that we're totally shifting paradigms here. On the one hand, you have this super comforting assumption of financial prudence. You think you're protecting your wallet. But what if that assumption is completely flawed? What if the real driver behind all those hours of staring and app cycling has absolutely nothing to do with being responsible? Section 4. Something deeper. Let's look at the hidden triggers. Because once we strip away that comforting excuse of budgeting, we're basically left staring right into the depths of our own psychology. That financial excuse, it's just a smokescreen. The real question here is, but what if I told you it's actually something deeper? The very next time you find yourself caught up in that exhausting loop, opening the app, checking the price, closing it again, ask yourself what's really holding you back. Are you actually protecting your bank account, or is there a hidden psychological trigger quietly pulling the strings? We've mapped out the anatomy of what happens on the surface, but that underlying why is a mystery you'll have to face the next time you freeze at checkout. Thanks for watching this explainer.